you see your model, you're gonna cut it not this way, you're gonna cut it this way, okay? So say you cut your section right here in the middle, now you're gonna take all of this is gone, and you're gonna draw everything you see from here back, okay? So just an example, I'm gonna cut through the L wherever I want. So the L is 6 inches, 5 inch. Okay, so that L piece is right here. Okay, you guys start to see what I'm talking about? So if I were to cut this model right through this L, that's the L. That's where you cut. And then from there, you're gonna start measuring off and drawing all the other stuff. So the next thickest line weight, which would be like your medium line weight, would be most likely this guy, because it's what follows the cut. So you're gonna measure off of this. It's 1.5 by 1/8 by 1/2. So you're gonna go 1.5, 1/8. Okay, I know it looks like the cut, but you guys get the idea? Like, so this is the cut. I would use a thicker pencil. That would be the thickness, and then this one is a little bit lighter than that, and it's the next piece. And then if you were to draw this piece, so I can actually do this real quick, and it's a good example. So this one, you see, if you look at it this way, it goes 3.5, and then it goes down, and you know that it touches right behind that. So it doesn't matter, because you're not gonna see what's behind it. But since you draw your construction line, that's like the hiddenness of that piece in the back. Okay, it's like a ghost. So you measure 3.5 off of this. You do your construction line. And then you just lightly fill this in. Again, I only have the one pencil. Alright, so this is your cut piece. This is your second darkest piece, which is here. And that third guy is cut piece and then here. So that would be your lighter piece.
So we're kind of seeing this within layers. The layer that you're cutting through, the one that is closer and then farther more, okay? Another trick is that you can use this drafting pad. If you want like too dark, like maybe Ricky had a point that he was like, oh, I'm too dark, you can smoosh it and rub it a little bit and it will give you a lighter. So you can go down a lighter version and then you can go again with your pencil and make whatever is darkest, the darkest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you just ignore like all the front, and then from this space, it's like, as you said, like you took it off, so like the L is like the front face that you're gonna draw, because it's in the middle.
Since you cut through the L, so like
Yeah.
say you have like a knife and you cut it right here,
Okay.
whatever that knife is cutting, that's the strongest line because you're cutting that. And that's, you're ignoring the rest. And then in this case, you're ignoring that side. And you're drawing from there to the bottom.
So we start with which we do in the middle, the line should have to be in the middle.
It should be where your most information is. If you were to cut it right there and you look back, is that showing you the most information about your model?
Okay.
And same applies for the plan. Now, if for another example, say this pencil, right? If you were drawing this pencil dead on, you see the tip and the lead and the little cone, right? But if I were to cut it right here, you don't see the cone, you don't see any of this. You're just gonna draw a circle and you're gonna draw the little line of the, whatever this is
The
called.
holder.
The holder.
So would you draw any information in front of that, or only from the cutting line and behind?
Cutting behind.
Okay.
I have a question. If you were cutting from that side, where's that? Like, where do you see that L shape?
Explain, what do you mean?
Like, do you want to touch it?
Yeah.
Because you said you were cutting it like right here.
Yes.
So like that L shape right here, where are you seeing that?
So this L that I cut right here, that's, imagine this is, you see the L right here? You see that L?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's that L.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
cutting right through that, and that's what I drew.
Yeah.
What is the
So
slope
that's
between
going.
the-
Sorry, that's going down, not like forward.
So the L shape, so he's cutting through it, that's the first layer. If you see it in layers, that's the very first layer, the one that you're cutting.
Oh, gotcha.
So
And
you're-
then you're drawing what is behind it.
This drawing is like this. If you were cutting it and drawing it, it's like this. And then if you were doing the plan, cutting it and drawing it, it's like this. Cut it,
Okay.
draw. Cut it, draw.
Gotcha.
Got it?
So
But it's the small, the small square there.
This one?
Yeah.
So this was the plan, and this is the section. I just did them on the same paper.
Oh.
But this one is, if I was cutting it this way, this little square was this little guy right here.
Okay.
And then this stick. straight here.
So you want us to cut it two different ways?
exactly. So since these models don't have like a top, bottom, right or left, I want you guys to have pretty much it's gonna be like kind of like two planes or two sections. You can see these models like two sections or two. So like just think about like two sections. I'm cutting through different places, but I want you to cut. If you're doing one horizontal, do like one vertical cut. Okay, so different directions. And then, as Ricky was saying, if you want to express the idea of your concept, which cut is gonna tell me the more information, and maybe you can compare the drawing that way. If you have like a space that is really big and a space that is really small, you can see it on the paper.
Mhm.
Okay.
The construction lines,
Yep.
like I know for like say the rectangle that was in the back,
Uh-huh.
you did that one construction line, but you didn't measure that, do you touch it up later, or how does that work?
Okay. So what he was drawing is like, so he was cutting through this L shape, right?
Mhm.
And then he drew, because if you cut through here, you're gonna be able to see this face,
Mhm.
and that is this face right here. And then behind it is this other information, which is one step farther. So he drew this too, but since it is behind the L shape, he just drew a construction line that it tells him like, that's the end of this square right here.
Yeah, but does that like stay there on the paper?
Yeah,
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
construction lines, it should stay always there.
Okay.
It gives you like a support or like a guidance or.
And
Yeah.
construction line should always be lighter.
Yeah,
darker.
so your construction line is almost, like that's a construction line, that's like a medium scale. And that's like your cut line, okay? At least always have 3. If you want 4 or 5, that can always give more information to your drawing. But if you have at least 3, you have a sense of what the cut is, what the next layer is, and what at least the last layer is, okay? Any other questions?
Everyone clear? Just feel free to like send us a text, send us an email. Better an email with an image of what you have done, because we don't have class on Monday. Monday is Labor Day. So we don't have class on Monday, and you guys are gonna get a lot of work assigned for Wednesday, okay?
Are
So
they-
send us communicate with us.
Can they work in the building if they want to on Labor Day?